And that's it, the hearing's over now. 8 days. How are you feeling?
Exhausted. This has been quite draining, but at the same time, quite a good feeling as well. A feeling that people have to obviously be answerable for the things that they've done, and so a bit of like justice. I've always said that no matter what happens, this has always been about just having our voices heard, knowing that we're not all gonna just jump in line and just accept whatever is thrown at us, and that we are the parents, we are the primary educators, and for people with any belief, but I have my strong Christian faith, and we honestly know that this is how we would raise our children with our beliefs, and it should be respected even when they go through the school gates.
Yeah, although the judge was, you were obviously listening to the judge today, he was kind of weighing up, testing both lawyers' arguments and kind of showing that they've got to respect your right as a parent, your right as a Christian, but also the right of those people that are LGBT, the rights of the school as well, to carry out those statutory rights to promote tolerance and diversity.
Again, I've always been quite, held strong on the idea that, lifestyles are lifestyles. And, if we want to have that debate outside of the school gates, we can do. But children ultimately go through those gates to receive the same equal education. This isn't politics. We don't need to, push adults politics into the school gates and radicalize young children into living in a utopia of what we would like life to be, of everybody accepting certain people's sexual orientations or even beliefs. I'm even strong on the fact that you do not need to push any type of agenda onto children. These are young children who deserve an education free of our adult priorities and what's going on with our own politics.
Yeah, I think some people, especially those who are LGBT, they would have been offended by using the word lifestyle and radicalised. Do you think that that's helpful using that kind of language?
I am a person that I'm Christian. I love the idea that we live in truth, and I think that we all should live in truth. If we don't live in truth, then where will we be? So when I use the word lifestyle, it is a lifestyle. It's the way you choose to live your life. I choose to live my life as a Christian.
Because they would say that they are that way. That's just the way they're born, and then they discover that it's not something that they can choose.
The way you choose to live your life, how you feel about life is how you feel. And I understand that it's very difficult. It's very difficult to have a strong feeling about something and not be able to live it the way you would like to live it. But we have to remember that when you have a strong feeling about something, you do not have to live it, and you could choose not to. And when you do choose to live a lifestyle of being with a man or being with a woman, that is a choice, and a choice that you stand by, but not everybody has to affirm that lifestyle, and you cannot force people to affirm it and to accept it. You have to understand that I am a supporter of free will, and I'm a supporter that everybody should have the chance to have a choice, but that doesn't mean that everybody has to support it and celebrate it.
Yeah, and interestingly today, the judge was also putting to your lawyer the fact that your belief that it is sinful for anyone other than a man and a woman to get married, to have that kind of relationship, that in its way was discriminatory as well. And that what would happen if there were two kids in a playground and one was picking on the other because he felt he was making a judgment on their parents for being from the same gender. Do you understand that, where the judge was going with that?
I understand it, but I think, as we have made a case before, that, that could easily be put to somebody making fun of someone's father for having several wives, 100 wives, 50 wives.
Yeah, and that would be wrong as well.
And that would be wrong. So the point is that we teach all children, people, I would hope, to have respect for one another. From time began, we've lived with people with different beliefs, with different cultures.
So can you say someone's habits? Can you say are you being respectful about someone's relationship by calling it sinful? Is that? Are you still showing that same level of respect when you classify it as sinful in your judgment?
We are all sinners, and there are a lot of things that we do that are sinful. And therefore, just because I understand that you love it, you want to live that lifestyle, that's fine. But it's still sinful for us to participate it, to accept it, because we are held strong in our faith of the life between a man and a woman living together in matrimony, and that causes stability when you're having children. We cannot affirm life outside of that.
And what did you have of what the school had to make today? It was talking about the kind of status of the contentious event at the centre of this, saying that, look, it was about pride, having pride in who you are, and that doesn't, for whatever reason, and that this was nothing really to do with LGBT, although it did touch on acknowledging that there are families that can be composed in different ways, and that really that was the only reference that there was to LGBT, and this is more about diversity and celebrating what makes you proud as a child. You don't accept that definition of the event?
Obviously not. I mean, it was a pride parade held in the month of June with rainbow flags and Stonewall heavily, surrounding it with the posters. So I would definitely say that it, and I think what's wrong with that is the distance of it. You can't then, claim that you're celebrating LGBT and then when question because it has an adverse effect on discrimination, then distance yourself from it. You were either doing it or you wasn't. Stand by what what you were doing. We stand by that we're Christian and we love, that Jesus, and Jesus is our guiding light. We will never distance ourselves from it because we're being sued for that. So I think it's quite, disingenuous to separate yourself from something that you were championing for from the beginning.
Yeah. And there's the judge said that there's going to be a decision in sort of 6 weeks' time. If that doesn't go your way, will you appeal it? Will you try and appeal it? How far will you go with this as well?
I mean, we'll go as far as we have to go in order for our rights to be free in the name of Jesus. We children deserve to have an education free from all of this, and that's important. And I advise a lot of parents to, not stop, having that right. It's your human right to have your children have an education free from politics and what the schools enforcing your child. Agendas, people using the school system for their own personal agendas must stop.